Incredible flavours, even better stories. One pour, 10 minutes. Aussie bourbon lovers sharing bourbon with Australia.
Oh, bit of a delayed pop there, sorry. What are we drinking tonight, Dave?
It's okay. This is the Peerless Small Batch Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It's from Peerless. It's their bourbon. So in America, this is a bottle that's... See, I say this stuff with some pretending like I've got authority on this. I don't really know. I think it's not that hard to get in the US, in a lot of states in the US.
But you can't get it here.
Very hard to get your hands on here, in my experience.
Yeah, so you can get it, just hard to get.
Sometimes you can get. I think they sometimes ship some over to us.
Cheers to some Peerless.
Cheers. Doesn't have the usual ting because we're drinking them out of the... These are the glasses you get
we
when you do the Distillery
Peerless
tour.
glasses when we did the tour. It was such a great tour. It was one of those tours where you felt like you were one of the team. Like it just...
Did you think that?
Yeah, I think we were very lucky. We got a tour guide who was very close to the family that run the distillery, and she just made you feel like you were one of the gang. That's what I found anyway.
So,
what do you do on the nose, Dave? Ooh, alcohol.
Oh, really? You have not been drinking.
Too hard.
You've not been drinking,
For a
and
few
you're not into it. So caramel, vanilla-y, like sticky date puddingy kind of stuff, then there's this nice kind of oakiness that's real complementary to it. So like, I don't know, gentle and subtle.
Falls into that desserty category for me. It definitely has the caramels and stickiness. Like
There's a nice bit of heat there.
Yeah, I think that's what I accidentally nosed it without my mouth open.
The other thing is that we're not used to drinking from glass like this. Glencairn and a little glass, it's still a tulipy, bulby kind of shape, but...
And glasses do make a difference when you're tasting them.
It really does.
Or when you're nosing them and tasting them, or the whole lot.
One time I did a tasting for some mates and I put the same whiskey in 4 different kinds of glasses and I asked them which whiskey they liked the best.
Oh, you're mean.
It was pretty funny. It was the start of the night.
But I suppose it does give off different smells and different tastes. Oh, I really got the caramel then. I've worked out which nostril I'm getting more.
How little you've poured me. That is so delicious. You'll notice in the thumbnail, those same mates have also been unkind to me about the fact that a lot of our thumbnails are mostly empty bottles. In fact, if you look at it as a collection, often the pictures are mostly empty bottles. It means that we enjoy them. We're not collecting them.
We're enjoying our bourbon. We're not collecting it. And this Peerless one is, again, an
mostly
almost
empty
bottle because we have enjoyed our Peerless.
Do you know, we were talking about which one bottle should we do tonight, and I looked at the shelf and went, oh, we better do a podcast about that one before it empties.
That's true. Some of them we need to make sure we do the podcast before the bottle.
Because it's just a banger. Do you know, this is the bottle that I come in here and I go, oh, I really feel like something that's easy to have a crack at.
Yep.
But I'm going to have an easy go of it. It's going to be delicious. Like, it's going to be really good. And I feel like I'm treating myself a little bit. But I'm also conscious that I'm not going to get another bottle of that unless I'm in the US and grab one off the shelf over there. This bottle came to us through...
Yeah, I was going to say, we didn't bring this one back.
We didn't bring it
brought
back.
What's the name of the one we brought back? The Peerless. I have to have a look.
It's the rye.
It's the rye whiskey we brought back.
Rye. Yeah.
And that was one we got on the tour there when we were there.
Is it the shape of a doubler? Have I got that wrong? It's. I thought it was the barrel, but it's not the barrel. Is it the doubler? That's the shape is?
I thought it was the barrel.
I'm going to have it wrong. Whiskey nerds everywhere are going to be like, Dave, you're enough. But I think it's a piece of it's a piece of the equipment, and it's not the barrel because I thought it was the barrel. But those little dots are the rivets, so it's a bit of copper that it's based on. But they're such beautiful bottles, but they're also a lot of glass. So
they're very heavy to bring back if you're weight restricted.
Bourbon bottles often are, and so don't be weight restricted if you're coming back from Kentucky is the short answer.
Exactly.
Sorry, so I got it with a shipment. You said you wanted a nice bottle of Four Roses.
Yes.
And so I said, all right, I'll get one.
But seeing as you're paying for the shipping, you thought you'd add a few extra bottles in. Why not?
And you've got to pay the taxes that comes in, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so what do I really want if I'm going to have to get something from the US? So a bottle of Peerless was on the list. There are so many amazing things that Peerless do.
What are your favourite, Dave?
Well, here's the thing
you took me to the distillery. You'd already been, and you took me because you loved it so much.
Yeah. So, we love telling the stories,
Yep.
we love telling the stories and sharing the stories and stuff. And there's a previous story you can listen to about that bottle, the rye, that we already talk about. So if you want to go back, you listen to some of the stories.
We won't repeat ourselves, but go back and
we should probably
waffle on about the rye one.
But things like Corky, who is the guy who owns it, was it he himself who was in military school with Al Gore? Must be. And then the Allman brothers.
Or his father?
I'm pretty sure.
No, it was him. No.
No, it was him.
Him.
And Corky's dad was General Patton's right-hand man, and so he has General Patton's pistol, and there's
so
those amazing
history,
stories.
yeah.
But then Peerless was started as a distillery, and during Prohibition, there's these 64,000 barrels that get kind of evacuated on a private train line, and
Snuck
the
out.
warehouses covered in vines, and Al Capone hangs out with him, and they sell all the barrels to the Walgreen brothers because they've got the liquor licensing,
means to get rid of
or
them all.
the pharmacies or whatever to get rid of them. So there's so many amazing stories.
many
That's
cool
the reason
stories.
that I took you there, because so many amazing stories.
And I love the stories.
But better than that,
We even met the man himself. He walked in right at the end of our tour. It was fabulous. And he even told us a few of his stories and showed, he had a book there that different things he agreed and disagreed with what some of the stuff that's in the
I think it
written
was
in
the
the
Allman
book.
Brother book, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway,
And he signed our bottle.
but so you asked the question about why do I like it so much.
Yeah.
They do things so well. They do so many things as well. So, because he's just I'm going to get the complete story a little bit wrong, but he made his money independently as a businessman.
Yeah, before
he
he's doing this like distillery. It's kind of like
a retirement,
fun.
bit of retirement fun.
Yeah, which I think is really fun because that means he can really do what he wants to do with it. 'Cause
Exactly. So here are the things they do. They don't work on weekends.
Oh,
They
great.
They do a sweet mash process, so that means they clean everything every time.
Because that is more costly and much more time consuming.
But it means they can control control is a silly word, but they've got this excellent control over the process.
Yeah.
Every bottle of Peerless is kosher, even though no one in the family is Jewish. It tips me lid to the...
Was it his grandfather?
Yeah, but I think they didn't even do it for him necessarily, did they? Wasn't it like a respect to
I thought
the family?
Did it out of respect for his grandfather or great-grandfather or something.
Okay, yep.
But yeah, they went to a lot of effort to make sure they got that.
And it still is, every bottle's still kosher, which is, I think, quite uncommon. Low barrel entry proof, 107 it goes in.
Yeah.
Which is this is like the Michter's thing. So instead of going 125, it goes 107.
Yeah.
Michter's is, I think, slightly lower, but so that's interesting. And this one, it's got on the label that it's in the glass at 108.7 proof. So low barrel entry proof means there's more water goes in. After
or before?
Before. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So they put the water in before and less after.
In fact, I'm wondering if they don't put any water in after, but please don't quote me on that one. But
quote us on anything.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, can you imagine if someone
who actually knows what they're talking about is listening? This is for people who want to get introduced to bourbon and then go down the rabbit hole and do the research themselves.
But let me say something
some facts,
that maybe is a bit controversial, and people are definitely allowed to disagree with me on this. If you go to Louisville in Kentucky, and you've only got time to do one distillery tour,
oh, you do Peerless.
I reckon you should do Peerless.
Oh, I don't know.
The stories are so good.
Yeah. You definitely can't miss it, but there's so many good ones. There's Michter's and Old Forester and Angel's Envy and Rabbit Hole. There's just you can't just... Why would anyone in their right mind be in Louisville, Kentucky and only want to do one?
Okay, all right, that's a ridiculous idea. You're
but
right.
Definitely, if you've got a short list, put Peerless on it because just amazing stories.
I think I could almost...
The bourbon is really good, but amazing stories.
The bourbon is really good. And then you end up in the tasting room at the end, and they're like these old kind of wood-lined classrooms, and with these glasses, and then they kind of go along and give you these... Yeah, the taste of each of the things, including the single barrels they've got.
Yeah.
And you can only get the single barrels from the distillery. And then you also see they do these drops. I'm not even sure what they dropped the other day, but they dropped, is it a toasted barrel rye or something?
Yeah, everyone's queued up for miles along the streets.
Amazing, so cool.
But they know where to get the good stuff.
Yeah. And so it's kind of got this, it's almost like a cult following because they're not a big distiller because they do these small runs.
No, they're quite small compared to some of the other really big ones.
Yeah. True small batch. And so all that kind of stuff all adds up to being a really fascinating, cool, true, I suppose, independent or kind of craft distiller, I think.
I just love the stories. I love that it's like it's small. It's on the smaller side, and I love that it tastes delicious.
Do you know what I think's happening?
What's happening, Dave?
I think your pause for the podcast are getting smaller because
no.
We've basically finished, but I'm about to cheers with an almost empty glass.
Oh no, we can't do that, Dave. I'll have to make sure I'm more generous with my pause.
If you get to Louisville and you've got any time at all and you're wondering what to do with it, please
visit Peerless.
Visit Peerless. It's such a cool little spot.
They're wonderful.
Right in the
They're
middle of town. Easy to get to.
Yeah.
Friendly, awesome. And only 30 staff. You're probably going to be doing a tour with the head of marketing or with someone who's like really closely connected with the family.
That's what I meant when I said like that you feel like they're just so close, like tight-knit. And it tastes delicious too.
Excuse us, I need to pour some more in my glass. Cheers.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you're connected with us on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube, and stay connected with us by clicking subscribe on your favourite podcast app.